Hello YouTube, this is BUB'S Comics coming at you with another comic haul. This one's another mix of a con that I recently went to, and some Instagram and some Facebook, so a little mix of everything. So I'll show this off. Got a few minor keys in here, nothing too major, so this one will just be one of those kind of filler runs, stuff I picked up. So we'll start off with a nice big treasury book though. People like those, and so do I. So we have Superman versus the Amazing Spider-Man, the battle of the century, the greatest superhero team up of all time. Which was it, a team up or is it a, versus? What's going on here? So, I think we all know how this should end, but I never understood why they did this with Spider-Man, because I've always felt that Spider-Man was a great character for the average guy. The idea that you were a kid and this is. You're not going to be amazing. You are amazing, amazing Spider-Man, but you're not going to be the strongest. You're always going to be what I consider to be a crime level fighter, right? You're not really saving the world. You're more saving the day, if that makes sense. So whereas Superman is saving like galaxies, So anyway, this is a ridiculous battle, but pretty cool book, and I love me some treasuries. So there you go. DC and Marvel presents Superman versus the Amazing Spider-Man. What a great cover. That's beautiful. So pretty good condition. I picked that up on Facebook auction. Next, I'm just going to show these off real quick because this is my Marvel Premiere number 28. I already had this, but I got it signed by Marv Wolfman. And because he's the editor of this book and not the cover artist or the writer, so I didn't have him sign the front of the book. I just felt like that was a little bit much. He didn't write the story, he didn't draw the art, so I don't want him kind of messing up the trade dress, which I think is awesome on this book. So I just have him sign in pen on the first page, and this is the kind of book that if anything ever happened to me and it got sold in a mass collection, and down the line somebody opens the book and it's in a dollar bin or something, they open the book and boom, it's got Marv Wolfman's signature in it. Pretty cool. Similarly, I did the same thing with this one. And that is Howard the Duck number 1. He was the editor on this, Marv Wolfman was, and I had him sign the first page. Here was Submariner and Hulk in Tales to Astonish number 78. It's got a rip in the corner. This was a freebie. Seller threw it in because I had missed out on a couple of other auctions I was going after, so he kind of was nice to me and he threw that in there, so that was cool. Next we have Uncanny XMen 116. Got that in a Facebook auction as well. I like this one. The cover's kind of whatever, but here's an example of some bad centering. So here you got the Starburst, 35 cents. You've got all that top there. You can see that. And then look at the bottom. Whew, man, to save the Savage Land, I think it says. Good luck reading that. That's rough. It's about a third of it cut off. So the barcode's not even all there. It's cut off too. So there you go. There's a quick lesson in centering. Next we got Alf number 1. I couldn't pass it up. I was at the con. I saw this book. They wanted way too much for it, but obviously I worked them down, and this is what I got. Now I've got one other Alf book. They had the Alf, being inappropriate with a seal book. They wanted like $175 for that book. That book's not worth $175. My problem is I love novelties, but novelties tend to get overpriced. So when you're buying a novelty book, when I call a novelty book, to me a novelty book is like a Foom 2, that I think it's 48 maybe, Alf 48. But the one that I'm after this year is the Rifleman number 10, the wood cover, the log cover. Those are books that I love and I would love to own. But I'm not going to spend crazy money on a novelty book. It's only a key because it's funny or interesting. That's not enough for me. It's got to be a good book too, hopefully. And so anyway, so I picked up this Alpha number 1. Happy to have it. Here is Robocop 2, the official adaptation of the hit film. This is a deluxe edition. I really like that. That's a pretty thick book. So I'm looking forward to reading that. I have Robocop number 1 deluxe edition already. And I like my movie adaptation into comics. I really, really enjoy that. Next we have a cool one. I love this. I really like werewolf covers. So here's Dead of Night number 4. I didn't even know this book existed. I never heard of Dead of Night. It's Marvel Age. It was a rough book. I mean, really rough. But I picked it up for $1 at the con. So you can actually, it was less than $1 because I had $8 books and I gave him $5 for them. So I still, but you know, really nice guy. The sellers at this con were pretty cool. It says, "Hurry, darling, please. It's the night of the full moon. We've got to get out of here before the werewolf strikes again." And look, she's pushing the werewolf like, "Let's go, let's hurry." You know, typical. You know, next she's going to look at the werewolf and ask her for how her hair looks and if her makeup looks good. Just stare him right in the face while he's a werewolf. She won't even notice he's a werewolf because she's too busy worrying about what she's got going on. Next we have a book. I recently sold my trade of this, so Origin number 6 of 6. I sold my trade because I had, you know, trades tend to hold value, which is funny to me because you can usually get almost full retail value for a trade when you sell it, as long as you're pretty nice with it while you're reading it. And then after you've read it, you put it in a bag and board, and you can usually sell it for close to the full retail value. A lot of people don't talk about trades or trading trades or selling trades, but generally they hold their value. Especially anything that's a collection or an omnibus or anything like that. So anyway, this is Origin 6 of 6. I didn't have number 6. I had 1 through 5. And of course I had the trade. So I sold the trade and I bought this. And for $1, why not? Next we have a couple that were a few more than $1. Moon Knight number 29. So I was really happy to have this one. It's got a Werewolf by Night appearance, trying to collect every appearance of Werewolf by Night. And then it's also a pretty well sought after. I think it's a Sienkiewicz cover. And then here is also Moon Knight number 30. It's a great Werewolf by Night versus Moon Knight cover. Looking pretty cool. And it's the 666 number there. So pretty demonic stuff for Moon Knight, as it tends to usually be. Going in reverse order. Sorry about that. We got Moon Knight number 8. And this was actually in pretty good condition. I was surprised to find this in such good condition. So this is the first series, Moon Knight number 8. And he has like a nightmare, or he's like on drugs or something, and he goes crazy, and I'm pretty sure that's Werewolf by Night that he sees in his, you know, psychedelic induced dreams or nightmares. Next we have Marvel Spotlight on Ghost Rider number 9. So those last few books I picked up at a con. This is the same con I picked this up. So I went to this con really looking for Marvel Spotlight number 5. That was my goal at this con, because the last time I was at this con, there were 3 of them in varying prices, and I didn't pull the trigger on any of them at that time. So this time I came ready, and didn't end up getting one. So, oh well, there wasn't even one to be bought there. But I picked up this Marvel Spotlight on Ghost Rider number 9 as a consolation prize. I was pretty happy to have it, and I paid a little less than it was worth. So there you go. Next we have the Fantastic Four 252. So, you know, obviously that's a little crazy looking, but if you go like this, it makes a whole lot more sense. So there you go, Fantastic Four number 252. This is the, you know, sideways cover. It's a nice burn cover. So I like it a lot. I just gravitate towards his work often. And it says, bonus feature, lakeside skin tattoos inside. And yes, I checked, they're inside. So there you go. Not bad for $1, get a free tattoo. Next we have a book that I already owned, which was Spider-Woman number 6. Just a great Carmine Infantino cover. Beautiful, beautiful work. Love how she's tied up there, and the detail in the ropes and in her muscle tone and her knees. Everything that about this cover to me is perfect. I love how they did the Werewolf by Night. He's looking real menacing there. Pretty cool stuff. I already had this book, but I had the newsstand edition. So you see this one has no barcode, and also the top price indicator is different as well. So didn't have this copy of it. That has nothing. It's just like a blanked out barcode. Doesn't have spider head or anything. So I thought that was pretty cool. Next we got Spider-Woman number 22 with the marked out barcode. So that's direct edition right there. And nothing special about that, except when I see it's got a nice Spider-Woman butt appearance. Look at that. There you go. So, you know, if I see a Spider-Woman comic in a dollar bin, I rescue it. That's how I look at it. And eventually I'll probably have this whole run, because I don't think there's a key anywhere in that run of number, except maybe the first one, you know. But there's no true key in there that's going to blow up anytime soon. So very happy to probably just collect the run out of dollar bins. So there you go, number 31, same deal. Number 39, same deal. Buck, it's a real interesting cover there, where they washed out her colors, and it looks pretty cool. So, and number 45 with a Spider-Man appearance. So of course he's drawn all green there, so who knows what they're trying to make that look like, but it looks pretty cool. So there you go, Spider-Woman number 45. And lastly, I'll show you Devil Dinosaur number 3. So I picked that book up because, again, it was $1. I already picked up Devil Dinosaur number 1, and I already had Devil Dinosaur number 2, was the first book I picked up in this series, and there's only 9 of them. It's just a 1 through 9 series, so how could you not pick that up? And this has got like 4 times the dino action and a little moon boy going on there, so really can't beat some of this stuff. If you see this kind of stuff for $1, you know, if you can buy anything, I'm pretty sure that's a Kirby cover. You can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I'm sure somebody's quick to do that. But I'm pretty sure that he drew the cover art on all 9 of these issues. And so, you know, if you can pick up Jack Kirby art for $1, you almost have a duty as a comic collector to do so. So there you go. There's Bub's Comics saying do your duty. Pick up dollar books when they're by artists that you just can't let go. So there you go. When you get done watching this video and any video like it, just read a comic. Thanks. Bye.